Today we're going to talk about some cool things I read, got, and did this month that could be helpful or interesting to you. Some people think in words, other people think in pictures. I think very much in words. Visual thinking is a very difficult thing for me, but it's what I'm trying to learn as I've started recently making YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to take pictures for thumbnails, learning the basics of photography, framing, so on and so forth, and etc. First up is the Sketchnote Handbook by Mike Rohde. Sketchnoting uses a combination of pictures, diagrams, and stylized lettering to encode information instead of just using plain text. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I've found the amount of information that I can capture with just a few poorly rendered images drawn by hand vastly surpasses what I could otherwise do just using traditional note-taking methods. And I've been incredibly surprised at how much I can recall even when I review my notes weeks later. You don't have to be an artist to start sketchnoting. I'm certainly not one. The Sketchnote Handbook will take you through the 5 elements of simple drawing that will help you build a visual vocabulary. My plan is to use this method as a bridge between a world I'm familiar with, traditional note-taking, into a world I'm not familiar with, drawing, visual language, imagistic thinking. And in doing so, become a more non-linear thinker and a more creative person overall. Next up is Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, the Folio Society edition. This is a book I read in high school, and it had quite a profound impact on me at the time. My girlfriend is a big reader who appreciates beautiful books. Books packed with gorgeous art, thick, high-quality pages, and top-notch cover design. When Christmas time rolled around, I obviously had to get her a few titles from the Folio Society, and I wanted to share with her a title that meant a lot to me. Of Mice and Men is famously set in California during the American Great Depression, but the themes explored by Steinbeck in this novel will resonate with anyone whose life has led them to places where a dream is simultaneously something you could never believe in and the one thing keeping you going. I believe that in some sense, great works of literature are even more real than historical accounts. What makes them great is their ability to explore an idea or capture the zeitgeist of a time that deeply investigates the human condition, unbounded by mere fact or circumstance. As Dream said in The Sandman, things need not have happened to be true. Tales and dreams are the shadow truths that will endure when mere facts are dust and ashes and forgotten. This month I started The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I've been listening to Tim Ferriss's stuff for around a decade at this point, but I've never gotten around to reading any of his books. This week, I began reading the book that started it all, and it's already starting to change my perspective. For as much self-help and productivity content as I consume, I've always struggled to really believe that many of the ideas discussed by the biggest names in the space can truly apply to me in a way that'll make a difference. Many of these guru types will tell you that they're just regular people, and then drop on you that they went to Stanford or Harvard or Cambridge or started a web design firm when they were 3 years old. Which is all well and good, but I'm an actual regular person with a regular IQ and a regular salary that I get paid for doing boring, regular people work. Ferriss has done an excellent job so far of providing case studies and reasonings to help you clear these mental hurdles and start to see that freedom, money, and fulfillment might not be just for those of us with elite brain power. This month I got the Ode to Tea set by Peak Tea. This was a Valentine's Day gift for my girlfriend. Peak makes packets of tea crystals that you can tear open and drop into a cup with some hot water. According to them, Peak tea crystals are pure, artisanal plant extracts that deliver fresh flavor and active compounds of teas and herbal plants in their most bioavailable form. According to Peak, their teas deliver concentrated phytonutrients and are triple toxin screened for maximal purity. Now, a big thing for them is their claim that they're evidence-based and backed by science. It's all over the website, all over their promotional materials. I've searched the website. I couldn't find any links to white papers or specific scientific evidence. I'm not saying it's not there or that they're full of shit. I'm just saying that I couldn't find it. I'm not sure how much I believe or disbelieve their claims of being evidence-based or packed with whatever kind of nutrients they say they are. After all, they do have an incentive to move merch. And their big selling point centers around important micronutrients, but obviously macronutrients, physical activity, lifestyle factors, sleep. All these things are going to be much more important and impactful in terms of effect size at the end of the day. But I like the way they taste. I'm trying to drink less coffee, and I do feel subjectively better when I'm drinking more of these teas. So that's good enough for me. If you're looking to get into tea, you like great design, packaging, and presentation, and you don't feel like lugging around a bunch of bags of loose leaf shreddings, give the website a look and consider giving them an order. Next on the list, I got a 4-pack of Govee smart bulbs. I'm a big fan of versatility when I buy things. The lighting needs in the house change depending on time of day, mood, and what kind of adult activities I might be up to. So having light sources that can change to fit my needs instead of having to buy a whole new set of fixtures every time those needs change is right up my street. There's a bunch of different smart light ecosystems, each of which is generally compatible with the variety of smart home systems on the market, but I've taken a personal liking to Govee, and I'm going to stay with their products for now. They're inexpensive, especially when compared to the Philips Hue lights. Easy to find on Amazon, have versatile functionality that can be controlled via the app or via Google Assistant through my phone or Google Home. Also, you can stop being lazy and just turn them on and off like a normal light. Best thing is that Govee offers a number of different light bulbs, strips, and wall configurations in their ecosystem. You can control all of them through one app and group them through software to set routines. The first resource that's been helpful for me this month is the VideoHive YouTuber Essentials package. I started making YouTube videos about 2 months ago. Before that, I'd never recorded anything more than a Snapchat, let alone making a piece of content and putting it online where people can publicly observe it. There's a lot to learn when you're starting to run a YouTube channel. A lot more than I thought there would be, for sure. Videography, editing, scripting, photography, marketing, the list seems endless. I'm clueless when it comes to all this stuff and need all the help I can get. So I signed up for a free Skillshare trial and started taking Ali Abdaal's class on video editing. The class is video editing with Final Cut Pro 10. I've been editing in DaVinci Resolve 18 because it's free and had good reviews online. But I figure most of the value of the course comes from learning how to get together a workflow, understanding the principles behind why we make the editing choices we do, and I can always just swap out the program-specific shortcuts later on if I need to. Anyway, he takes you behind the scenes and shows you how he integrates animations into his videos. You know those little bubbles or logos that pop up during a video to keep your attention and keep you from clicking away? Like this one. I always thought YouTube people made or programmed or manufactured those themselves, but apparently they use plugin packs to do it. I'm an athletic trainer, and recognizing, assessing, and treating sport-related concussions is a big part of the job. To maintain my clinical license, I have to complete a certain amount of continuing education credits every year. I use a platform called MedBridge that allows me to complete the bulk of my continuing education online. So I've been going through a series on concussion rehab and management by Ann Muha and Susan Whitney. This is a super niche item to put on the list, just so happens to have been helpful for me due to my profession. So if you are an allied health professional watching this video and you're interested in the topic, by all means check out that MedBridge course and let me know if you like what you see. Next on the list we have the documentary Dealt. Neither me or my girlfriend are big TV people, and we don't watch much together, but when we do, it's super memorable. Dealt starts out as a documentary following Richard Turner, possibly the greatest card magician in the world. This guy is completely obsessed, constantly has a deck of cards that he's splitting, shuffling, doing all sorts of tricks with, absent-mindedly. If you've ever seen the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi, you'll be familiar with the archetype of the obsessed master. So the story gets going, and you see this guy in his obsession and his complete and total dedication to his craft, doing things with cards that you never even thought were possible. Then, after he's demonstrated a level of skill that you've never even thought to consider, you find out he's completely blind. This film explores themes of mastery, obsession, denial, acceptance, and self-reliance. I highly recommend giving it a watch if you're interested. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I started the Skillshare trial earlier in the month. As I get older, my time gets more and more precious, and I feel less and less like scouring Vimeo for random clips trying to piece together instructions for how to edit a video or how to change a tire. I had seen all the same ads that you have about how Skillshare is an online learning platform that can, and I largely ignored them. Turns out there's a lot more to this YouTube thing than I thought, and I needed access to high quality, curated content that was going to help me get from where I am now to where I want to go. So far, so good. Some of my favorite creators, MKBHD, Nathaniel Drew, Ali Abdaal, and the like, have classes on there, and I've been getting a lot out of the materials on video editing specifically, something I clearly have no background in. The courses have been mostly high quality, though they're not all gems. There are plenty of courses on there with annoying presenters, suspect visuals, and accents so thick they need subtitles. But all in all, the good outweighs the bad enough to justify me dropping cold hard credit card debt on an annual subscription once this trial expires. At the end of the day, the process of reflection has been far more important than the specific resources or materials that are found in putting this video together. Knowing I'm going to do a video like this gives me more reason and incentive to notice, track, and metabolize the experiences and information I come across throughout the course of any 4-week period. So it may become something that I do regularly in the future. If you like what you saw, passively wait around for one of my videos to be served to you, and let me know in the comment section if the content is gradually getting more bearable. Links to all the stuff I mentioned will be in the subscription. I don't get paid yet, just wanted to throw it out there. Thanks for watching.